We're going to be on the lake doing some fall fishing for 2 days. Day 1 is going to be pre-front, warm nights, and warm rain. But after that rain moves out, the temperatures are going to drop significantly. And we're going to find out if fall fishing is better pre-front or post-front. All right, so we are out here on Top Secret Lake P, and let me tell you, we've been out here 2 or 3 times and it has been brutal. I mean, tough to catch a 5 bass limit. So some of the baits we're going to be throwing that are on topwater, because they really have not been on a topwater bite. So these are going to be baits that we can work topwater and subsurface. And it's going to be the Karashi by Mega Bass. That's going to be one. I bought one of those. So, you know, I'm going to have to be real easy if we catch some bass on it. We're going to follow that up with Viva Pencil Popper, who is by Catch Outdoors. And of course, we're going to throw around, my go-to little jig head minnows. We're definitely going to throw around that Rolling Strolling head with the Strike King Z2 in that gray glimmer. And we'll probably throw around a couple different soft jerk baits. We'll start, if they are busting any top water or close to the surface, with our good old, I call it the blueback herring rig. But what we're going to do is we'll put on a whiplash shad, and about 2-3 foot up, we'll put a nice heavy swivel, and we can just work it through the water column really quickly. Sometimes they can just be out there and we'll catch them doing that. Sometimes when they're busting, it's a great way to get them to bite. All right, and as you can see, there's a ton of other rods and reels and baits that we got out. We're going to be throwing, and we'll probably be throwing a lot of different ones today. But I don't know if I just didn't have what they wanted. And if they were up in the water column a little bit more, maybe get them to bite a top water. But right now, it just really does blow my mind, the amount of bass that there is. Oh. Well, I got a big bunch right out here in front of me. God, dude, that line cast so far. I don't really know who that was. Yeah. That's who I thought it was too. Mm-hmm. Got a little line right here. I'm gonna pull that Karashi out. There's a little line there. They're about 10 foot deep. That Karashi might get a bite here. If I can get it out there far enough. There he is. And that is a smallmouth. Come on, man. Smallmouth on the Karashi. Only one I own. Boy, he come for it real hard. Nice. A little small. I think this might be the first smallmouth I've caught up here this year. All right, geeks, I'm going to give you conditions of the day for day one. Water temps going to be 70 to 71 today, starting out. Water clarity, about 10 feet. It is going to be rainy. Not a lot of wind, however, but it's going to be overcast most of the day. I forgot to film this, so I'm filming it post-front, but that gives you the setup of what you're going to be looking at on the pre-front day. You barely captured it. I got a few over here up shell, might be smaller.
Not much bigger than your bait.
Yeah. Making that freaking noise, man. So now we got to get away from this tree, man. Bunch with me. Bunch with me. Small one. Yes, another small. Hey, that's fine though. Two smallmouth.
It's wild. I think even Dude said it's a smallmouth kind of day.
Come on, dude.
I ruined that, but
You're a
anyway.
little bigger though, ain't you?
Yeah.
Damn. Karashi, got a school of them in a tree over here. I don't know. Let's see if we can catch some more. It's the only thing they seem to be biting. They're still out here.
Said you're gonna try soft jerk bait too, remember?
That 1/4 ounce may be too heavy. I may need to get an 1/8 ounce because they're up pretty shallow. Let's see what that little, I'm gonna let's try this. Got him. Stay down. All right. Look how short and fat that fish is. Right in the snook, boys, with a whippy last shad. Come up by busting. Look how fat. He's been eating. Just threw that thing out there. He started busting. Threw a whiplash out there, and you know, got our swivel. Good video if you want to see that about how to do that. And he ate it. All right, so let me tell you a little something about early fall. And for us here, this is where we're at. We're talking about conditions of the day. And I'm going to tell you why it's been so tough. It's because we've had daytime temps in the 80s, nighttime temps in the 60s. That means the temperature has dropped since, let's just say, the end of August. The water temps have dropped, but it's not dropped a lot. These bass, when the temps are dropping, that's sort of their signal to start feeding. Bass don't know what the water temperature is, you know, like we do. They just know when it starts dropping and the days start getting shorter, that's their signal to feed up for winter. Now what happens, and during the first part and all through October, during here, now again, this can be different. You just kind of need to adjust it longer or shorter. If you're north, you know, it's going to happen a lot faster. If you're south, it's going to happen a little bit later. But what happens in the fall is a warm front, like we're in right now, that's been very stable, is the worst thing for the bite. So the bass will start to move to other areas where they're going to feed, and then they may feed for a little bit. What was it, Mike? A month ago, we were out here, and I mean, we were clocking them. We had a cold front, we were in hoodies, and ever since then, right? I mean, it's had to be at least a month, right? And maybe a little bit longer. And, oh, by the way, say hi to Mike. I didn't want you to think I was actually just talking to myself there. But what happens is that warm up just settles those bass in. They are kind of more in a late summer pattern. And so that's sort of stable, warm, high bluebird skies, or high blue skies. Dead slick calm shuts them down. So they just kind of hold what they've got. They'll eat a little bit. And then the past 2 or 3 days, we've been out here on a full moon. And a full moon in the fall is great if you're night fishing. Not so great if you're day fishing like us. So we've had some pretty rough conditions. But here late in the week, what's happened is we've got a cold front. We were out in the rain the other day. I'm sure you've seen those, you know, how-to videos we put out, instructional videos. And but the temperature was dropping. The first day we were out here, it was warm, you know, a decent warm rain for this time of year. And then the second day, it was cold and a little bit of wind. Today, we're post-front, but the temperatures are cold this morning. And that's triggered these bass to start feeding again. So let's get out here. And oh, by the way, if I didn't tell you, very clear water, probably 10 to 12 feet. Again, bluebird sky, dead calm, supposed to be a high of 68 today, 41 degrees when we got out here, and the water temp was 68 to 69, depending on where you were on the lake. Now let's go catch a few more. Yeah, they were popping, man. They were busting. So they were chasing.
Oh, wow. See how quick I done forgot how you got him?
Well, I had one hit it right there. I got him. Come on, buddy, come up here. That's a smallmouth. That's why you wasn't coming up here. That's why you're digging. Smallmouth in the tree, buddy. You liked that, didn't you? Come on, come on. I mean, choked it. I mean, we're gonna have to do surgery to get it out of him. All right. Hopefully YouTube don't get too pissy, but we got one. He swallowed it deep. I mean, swallowed that Viva. He's got another one down in there I can't even get out. So this is the Buzzer Rocks Stop Bleed. We're gonna spray a couple of squirts of that down in there. We're gonna let him go though. But in a tournament, and you can, I mean, I could even see it's coagulating. I'm not sponsored by them, but I'm telling you, the Buzzer Rocks, the Energy Party, the tournament packs, and the oxygen, they've been great. We've had more success with that this year than anything else, but we're gonna get old Smalley back. I tried to get that other jig head minnow out, but he swam right off.
Jordan, yeah.
He's still eating, he's surviving, so he gone. I was kind of thinking about this morning with the wind blowing in. The past few days have kind of been tough on this lake that we've been out here, but there's been hundreds of bass out here. And I got to thinking about it, you know, your shad's out there in the middle. Sometimes the light bulb don't go off till it's too late. But this is the closest thing, this roadbed is the closest thing we got to a flat on this lake, or on a lot of our lakes. So my thought is, if they're sitting right there, maybe they're running them this way. And maybe I've just had the wrong boat position. Maybe I need to get against the bank. You know, I do that a lot on this lake during the summertime. Fishing ledges just hadn't occurred to me. So we're gonna test that theory out this morning too. See what we can get. Because I think that smallmouth hit 100%. Because, see, there's some down deep, and there's some big, look, probably a lot bigger largemouth out here. But there's a whole line, this little line over here, and I've caught them on jerk baits before, soft jerk baits. There's a whole bunch of them out there. And you gotta wonder, Little old fella. Whee! Look at him. Is that a spotted bass? Oh.
Proves your theory works.
That is a hat trick. I mean, you know.
Little bass.
Now, we've showed this before. I want to show you this again. So a spotted bass looks a lot like a largemouth. But the thing about it is you can see these beautiful lines below the lateral line there. The other thing is there is I don't know if you can get that spot on his tongue right there. So there's a rough patch on his tongue, but I will tell you, don't be fooled. Sometimes that's a hybrid. The key is to shut them. It comes mid-eye, not past that mouth. Mid-eye, not past. If it's past this largemouth, you shut it, it hits the eye, it's a spot. So a little old spot. That's a pretty little bass. See ya. Got a bunch sitting on this ledge back here. I'm gonna drop this jig down and see if they'll follow it. You see them?
Yeah. That's another reason why I wanted to bring that with me.
Well, they swam back up. They didn't want nothing to do with that, did they? Or did they? Oh, he come off, dude. That was a biggin. Ow. Oh, that was a biggin, man.
So about that 67, 68 mark. But water temperature's been rising.
Got him. There's one of them big ones too. Look how bowed up this fish has got me back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ugh. Stroking a jig works, boys and girls. Stroking a jig works. Not as big as I thought, buddy. He had me bowed up. But that's a, man, lean. Lean. I expected him to be a little bigger. But just stroking a football jig from 3/4 ounce. Football jig out here on the road bed. I wouldn't even let it go to the bottom. I was just letting it go down there and they went crazy over it. Maybe they're feeding on brim up through here. That green pumpkin. So we're tying on a couple of different fuzzy dice we're going to be using today. We're actually setting these up for some suspended bass, which is what we're doing. So we're just weighted wacky rigging it. And these are the Koike, or however you say it, Harry balls. So we're gonna see, we got a 3/8 ounce weight on there. They're down 20, 25 feet are the bigger ones. And we're just trying to show them something different. They've kind of caught on to our jig. Yeah, I think it's down mid-60. Let's see if we can get something on Old Faithful here. They're kind of skinny and they almost disappeared. I think them cracked.
Huh.
Well, a lot of times they'll react about the same way as a bass, or they'll just not react at all. And you see that they're kind of not reacting at all.
Hey.
Maybe I'm wrong on that one. That kind of surprised me. Another good largemouth. Shaking that old ugly head. Come on up, fella. Oh, gosh, stepped on. Somewhere. Look how far you can see him down there. I mean, that is 20 feet, 15 feet. That'll be good. You barely hooked. Caught that on the Queen's Tackle Rolling Straw. I know you can't see it. My rod's pulling it out. And the old baby Z2. Or Z2 or Strike King, whatever. Sorry, Mike.
Did you eat your one?
Nope. Oh, I got him that time. Small.
Okay. Easy.
Come on, baby. Like I said, in the evenings, they pile up around them trees. And on the bottom, not the biggest bass, but good little largie. Alrighty. Yet another good day. Send him on his way. All right, geeks, so day 2 turned out to be an incredible day. We could have kept whacking them, but it's definitely time to go film some other videos. So we got to fish about half a day on both those days, and I'll tell you, it was a grind. They just were not biting on day 1. But as soon as those water temps started dropping, as soon as we got that nighttime air temp to drop and drop those temps down in those upper 60s, the bass turned on the feeding frenzy. So that's something to remember, and we've talked about this. During the fall, the trigger is a temperature drop. So if you can schedule your days after a post front, even when it's a beautiful high sun day, you're gonna catch more fish.
This is the September box giveaway. Let's see who we got. I think I called the last one the September box, but we're so behind I don't even know. So that was actually the August box that we gave away, that Mr. Torres won. Let's see what we got. All right, 110 unique comments. Let's see. Another banger video, Hank. All right, I have no clue what that says. We're just going to call it Hawk. You won, and I will reach out to you and let you know. Again, I'll leave you a comment under this comment. Congratulations, and I'll tell you how we'll get that box out there to you. You geeks rock.
All right, geeks, so if you want to check out a video where we go into great detail about the fall migration and when the best time in the fall is to catch bass, then you're definitely going to want to go right here and check that video out. Otherwise, questions and comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. Be part of that 100% Watch Squad and help us get to 100,000 subscribers. You geeks rock.